the committee with a copy of our study, Charter School Success or Selective Outmigration of Low Achievers, which reports that Boston charter schools contribute to a two-tracked educational system by sorting students based on language, special education, and poverty status, and that claims of high performance are the direct result of significant student attrition. An analysis of the demographic characteristics of Boston charters finds schools with virtually no English language learners, students with only mild learning disabilities, and fewer of the poorest students. All of the Boston charter schools are dropout factories, as described by Secretary of Education Arne Duncan. That is, high school freshmen have a 49% likelihood of being enrolled in their school as seniors. Charters claim high success rates on MCAS and college acceptance without admitting that each is a direct result of low achievers leaving. Charter proponents claim they have high standards which the leavers refuse to meet, but their practice has been described by others as a take-it-or-leave-it situation that becomes one more way in which we sort the haves from the have-nots. This reality casts doubt that many charter schools are able to educate our neediest children, or that they are the answer to closing the achievement gaps. House Bill 4163 speaks of successful charter schools. However, we would not characterize schools that push students out under the mantra of high standards as successful. This is simply blaming the kids for their apparent inability to educate all students to high standards. Instead, charters appear to accept large numbers of students, blame those who say it's too hard or the rules are too tough, and declare that they are better than district schools. District schools take all students, and we now know they educate the neediest. District educators take responsibility seriously. They make a concerted effort to address individual student needs. We do know, based on yesterday's release of district performance data by the Department of Ed, that of the 40 lowest performing school districts in the state, 14 of them are charter schools, and I've given that chart in testimony. Today's Globe reported that 100% of the Boston Collegiate Charter School grade 10 students passed the 2009 mathematics MCAS test. However, if you look at the chart I've provided, we learn that 100% represents only 32% of the students that were accepted into the class of 2011. We don't know where the other 68% of that class went, but we would argue that this is not a measure of success. Legislators must ensure that the statutes do not allow schools to systematically accept large numbers of students in their entry year and fail to replace leavers with those on waiting lists, or use the mantra of high standards to avoid being accountable for high attrition, or fail to serve or exclude students based on language, disability, or poverty status. House Bill 4163 should be amended to ensure that student application and acceptance processes require charters to enroll student bodies that mirror the limited English proficient, special education, and low-income demographics of the district. Mandate that the Board of Education deny charter renewals to schools where student attrition rates exceed the dropout rates of the district. Mandate that charter schools fill vacancies from waiting lists at any time during the school year and at any grade level. I only have one more. And report on an annual basis all assets and the amount and source of all non-tuition funding and all executive compensation packages to school managers, administrators, and board members. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Hearing none, thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
Kevin,